There we go. Sorry about that. Apologize. Had some technical difficulties. I'm Charlie. Thanks for tuning in for Christmas on Crestline. Had to get with StreamYard, who I'm streaming on right now. I couldn't get my Logitech 4K camera to work, so I had to get a hold of them and see if we could debug that. We couldn't, so I'm using my backup camera right now for my lives. And I'm noticing, I don't know if it's something you're noticing, but I'm noticing this red is going in. And this green is extremely bright green of a hat, and it's not on this camera. So maybe next time I'll have a better camera system. But I had to get with StreamYard to see if that's something they could fix, and they couldn't. So anyway, I'm Charlie. Thanks for tuning in to Christmas on Crestline. This is an impromptu live, so I'm not horribly concerned if a bunch of people tune in and chat with me or not on this first live of 2020, because it is impromptu. And one of the reasons it's impromptu is last spring, March 2019, we had back-to-back horrific storms here in Wichita, and it took out my soffit, my fascia, took out my guttering, took out my pergola, took out my stone fire pit, took out about a ton of stuff when I had a humongous Bradford elm fall on my house. So the storm companies were so bogged down, they are literally just outside right now working on my house. So we're doing roof repairs, new soffit, new fascia, new guttering. We're having a ton of work done. So therefore, because of all the banging and hammering, and hopefully you don't hear a ton right now, but I don't have a whole lot of quiet time where I can film without 8 kids hammering around everywhere. This weekend we had 12 kids at the house. So there's zero chance I was going to film then. And so I thought I'd do that live today as a weekly show. I do want to have something coming out each and every week for you guys. That's a value, something I'm not just necessarily throwing together. But so I thought the best thing to do right now would just be to go live. If anybody, it's Monday, you're probably just back to work and you're probably not all that excited about the work week. At least here, it's been storming all day. How these contractors are out there working in the rain, I don't know, but they are. So next week, I'm gonna have a ton of work done all this week on the house and all next week. So I'm not gonna have a whole lot of time that's quiet, if any at all, to film. So next week, I'll probably take one of my Patreon only videos and move that over here to my YouTube channel. Want to make certain that you do have something every week. So I'll probably do one of the Straight Dude Chaser songs. We had Tony Stevens, I think that's his name, wrote a song. He's from Australia, wrote a song, The Lights of Christmas, and asked us to program that for him last year, and we did. Threw that in our show. It's pretty neat. And if anybody out there is a songwriter and has a Christmas song or just a song in general they'd like for us to program the lights, by all means, get with me. I'll take a listen, and if it's family friendly, I'll absolutely get that going for you, and we'll throw that into a song. Also, I'm going to be doing need some suggestions from you guys. I'm going to be doing a series about how to program Christmas lights, how to do that on your computer, and I need suggestions for a song of what to do. I've already opened this up to the Patreon supporters, patreon.com. and all that. So I'll see here. I was testing my Yeti mic on there a minute ago. Let me move this real quick and see if that does anything for this or not. And feel free, I'm not sure if you guys on Facebook can get over to and comment, but if you go to Christmas on Crestline at youtube.com, or you go to YouTube and go to hit Christmas on Crestline, and let's see if I can change that. You should be able to change that. Guess not. So anyway, this is my new microphone. Let me know how that's going, if you guys can hear me okay. I think you should. I did test this before I went live. So let me know if that's something that is working out for you guys. I'll see what else. So we got some roof repairs. Need some suggestions for songs. That's why I digress on. I am going to be doing a series about how to program a song, and I need song suggestions. Now, people on Facebook, on our Facebook page, went on there and gave us a bunch of suggestions. See here. Let's do that one. There we go. Christmas on Crestline. There we go. So they gave us a bunch of suggestions on our Facebook page of what songs to do. And my Patreon, I did a poll on Patreon. My Patreon subscribers suggested some songs, so I need some additional songs from my YouTube followers. So let me know what it is you're wanting to see. What else? What else we got coming up? Going to do a projector series. My initial plan was to start filming all my prop episodes right now, basically in March. When the springtime gets here, it's decent to get outside and do all that kind of good stuff and do some prop builds. So that was my initial plan, was to do some prop builds. But I got 2 projector shows coming up. I have another extension cord video coming up. How to do like a foot jobby. If you want like a 12-inch or an 18-inch or 2-foot or 3-foot, how to do that. So that's coming up here this spring. What else? Rope lights is coming up. Oh, Bill, who you know as WJF213, he got on here last week, and let me go to his comment last week. And let's see here. He said, I want to make sure I get the quote right, or one of the quotes. But on our last week's video, protecting outdoor decorations from fading, he suggested WJF213. It's Bill's acronym. I always want to say something different. But he suggested that, he says, we have a few blow molds, and twice a year we armor all each one so the plastic doesn't leach out polymers and become brittle and crack. And that's one thing I did not suggest last week in my video is armor all. So I'll probably throw a video together, probably like a 6 to 8 minute video about armor all. So thanks, Bill, for suggesting that. And let's see here. Rope lights, LED balls we got coming up this year. What else? Oh, another suggestion Bill had is explaining exactly what commercial grade Christmas lights is. So what I wanted to do is kind of give you more education, give myself more education, branch out. I'm not sure what the correct verbiage is to use, but I reached out to Angela, who owns Creative Displays, and I told her about Bill. I told her about your question and I asked her for a company response. That way we can know what an insider. I know the technical definitions. The wires are shorter. You would think they'd be longer. They're thicker grade. But I wanted an insider, someone who's in the industry, to provide an answer other than my own for that. So there is that. See, what else do we have coming up? See, I've already told you what next week's episode is going to be. We came out with the dripping tubes already. Another suggestion we had from Bill. Bill had a lot to say. Actually, if you didn't go back and read his entire comment from last week's show, I suggest you do. But he also had another comment about we do challenge coins. Do these challenge coins, which I'm also big. My wife and I are huge fans of Scotch, bourbon, and of rye. And my buddies over at the Scotch Test Dummies, Bart and Scott, they got us onto these challenge coins. You can get them on. You can reach out to me at christmasoncrestline@gmail.com if you're interested. But one thing they do is they're also used as a Glencairn topper, which is something they use in the whiskey trade. It's a true whiskey glass. But Bill suggested, hey, instead of other stuff you're doing, why not come out and do a Christmas ornament set for your Patreon subscribers? And Bill suggested, hey, do it $5 a month and you get a set of 12 days of Christmas or something. So I wanted to ask you folks about that. What do you think about that? Would you rather, instead of doing just the challenge coins and the t-shirts and the hats for Christmas on Crestline, what do you guys think about? Is that something you're interested in for something other than just Bill? Bill suggested doing a brass ornament and doing like a series of 12. So for $5 a month on Patreon, and you get a bunch of other stuff on Patreon. You get these Starburst lights behind me, or firecracker lights. You also get the challenge coins. You get a few other things. But what do you guys think about doing the brass ornament? Is that something you'd be interested in over at you can go to patreon.com/Christmas on Crestline, and you can check that out. But if that's something you're interested in, I actually have a guy who built our star, just opened his own storefront. Well, I say it's been about a year ago. But I could get him in on that. But I want to see what you guys are thinking about that. Is that something you're interested in for like $5 a month over on Patreon? We have a $3, a $5, and a $10 tier. But if you join the $5 or $10 tier, that's something that you would get. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments below. And I think that's going to be about do it for today. It's about a 9-minute video in. I wanted ideally to keep this under 15 minutes today. So yeah, it's an impromptu. What I will be doing though is I will be probably starting to do a live on Mondays because that is my natural day off of work. I'm lucky enough to have a job where I have a 4-day work week. I'm off 3 days a week. So let me know if that's something you guys are interested in. I need some song suggestions. I need some, if you're interested in the set of Christmas ornaments, if that's something that you guys would be interested in other than Bill. And then Darren Ensign, give a shout out to that young man. He asked me he asked me last week, he came over and said, hey, what exactly is Patreon? And for folks who don't know what Patreon is, it is a, let me get this right here. Give me 1 second here. There we go. Patreon is there we go. Patreon is it's a way to support shows on YouTube. Most of us do free shows. Like right now, I believe as of this morning, I have 961 subscribers. So please subscribe. But if you're 10 minutes into this video and you haven't subscribed yet, then good for you. I imagine mostly just my subscribers will watch this. But it's a way to support the show. Like Scotch Test Dummies, they have 171 Patreon members, I believe, and they throw a few bucks at them. It's just a way to keep the show going, a way to support the show. For me, I put all my money that I get from Patreon back into the show. New lights, new camera, this new microphone I'm talking to y'all today is all from Patreon. But it's a way to, if you watch something on CBS, well, the commercials pay for the show. And YouTube, most of us do it for free, or if you're like me, you do it for the love of the game, if you will, the love of the passion, and have passion about what you're talking about. But it's a way to support the show. So I have a $3, a $5, and a $10 tier. And just for joining, you get firecracker lights, which are, I want to say it's $26. I actually ordered some more to be delivered. But they're like $26 for a strand. It's one strand of commercial grade, pre-programmed LED lights. Are pretty neat. But yeah, I don't know if that quite answers your question. If you have any more questions about what Patreon is, or Darren, when you watch us, if you're curious even more, or anybody, just leave a comment down below. But I think that's about going to do it for today. We don't have anybody coming in, and I did not think we would because it is an impromptu show. But I am going to start scheduling these. Probably going to do one about every other Monday. I have every other Monday, and maybe throw in like one Saturday a month doing a live show. But yeah, let me know. I think that's about it for today. I'm Charlie. Don't forget to leave a comment below. I need some suggestions on some things. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys later. Have a good weekend, or week, as it were.